Hey guys, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to the Kamado Joe cooking channel. Today I've got a special treat for you. We are going to cook a recipe from Chef Vivian Howard's Deep Run Roots cookbook. I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful dish of baked sausage and pimiento cheese that they serve at the Boiler Room Oyster Bar in Kinston, North Carolina. And this stuff is amazing, so let's get started. First thing we're going to do to make this dish is we're going to brown up a pound of sausage. I'm just going to put that in the pan here. We're going to brown it, and I'm going to chop it up kind of fine as we go. And then we're going to come back and drain the fat off. Okay guys, our sausage is browned up. What I'm going to do next is I'm just going to drain the fat off of this, and I'm going to put this in a bowl, and we're going to let this cool. I'm actually going to toss it in the refrigerator because we want this completely cool before we move on. Now that we've got our sausage cooked and cooling, we're going to make the pimiento cheese. And Chef Vivian recommends starting out here with about 1/4 cup of your favorite mayonnaise. And we all know what your favorite mayonnaise is, so there you have it. And we're going to put in about 2 tablespoons of sour cream. Then we're going to put in about 1/3 cup or so of crushed tomatoes, and we're going to use about 1/2 cup of diced pimentos. These are the variety in the jar, and I have drained those. We're going to add about 1/4 teaspoon or so of hot sauce, and I'm using the chipotle variety of Tabasco for that. And Chef Vivian talks about an optional 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to substitute 1/2 teaspoon of fish sauce for that. And I'm just going to get my fork here, and we're going to combine that. Just get all that mixed up before we add our cheese. So now I'm going to add 10 ounces of grated yellow cheddar and 10 ounces of grated white cheddar. And I'm just going to mix this all up and get this completely combined. And when that comes together to about a consistency like this, I'm going to cover that, put it back in the refrigerator. Also a variation here, Chef Vivian uses a paddle in a KitchenAid style mixer to do this part, and I've just done it by hand here. So whatever works for you will work for this recipe. Okay guys, I've lit a fire in the firebox of the Kamado Joe Classic. I'm going to put a chunk of pecan wood in there, and then we're going to set up for some indirect cooking. I'm going to put both halves of the heat deflector in the low position, both halves of the grill grate in the upper position, and we're going to set up today to cook at a temperature of about 350 degrees. And to do that, I'm going to set the bottom vent about halfway open, and I'm going to leave the bottom vent fully open until we start to get up to temperature, and then I'm just going to close it down as we get there to stabilize the grill at around 350 degrees. Okay guys, our grill's up to temperature, so the next thing I want to do is take this sausage, and we're going to mix it in with this pimiento cheese and get that completely mixed up. And after stirring here for just a couple of minutes, I've got that mixed up fairly well, so we're going to transfer that to our pan. Okay, I've put that in my 8-inch pan, and I'm just going to take my wooden spoon, and we're just going to press that in and get it punched down in there kind of tight. And then I'm going to sprinkle on some panko breadcrumbs, and now we're ready to go to the grill. Okay guys, we got the grill rolling right along at 350. Got a nice little pecan smoke rolling here, so we're going to set that pan in here right in the middle, and we're going to cook this for 20 to 25 minutes until it's kind of bubbling all the way around the edge, and we'll be back to have a look. Okay guys, we've been going for 20 minutes here, and this bad boy's ready to go. We're going to take this off the grill. We're going to set it aside and let it cool for a little bit before we dig into that. Okay guys, I've let this cool a little bit and spread a bit of this on some of these Ritz crackers. You can do it on saltines. At the Oyster Bar, they do this on homemade saltine crackers. You can do it on toast. But guys, you have got to give this a try. Let me know what you think. Join us on Facebook, facebook.com/KamadoJoe. Follow us on Twitter @KamadoJoe. And until next time, this is John Setzler with the Kamado Joe Cooking Channel.